Hey guys, welcome back to Once Over Wrestling. My name is Doc. This is my wife, Kaz, and we are back to talk about this thing.
Backlash.
Yeah. But before we get into it, hit subscribe, hit like, hit what's the other one? Notification to let you know when we upload new videos, and share button. Share it with your friends. Kaz,
What's up?
you're gonna have to carry this in terms of energy level, because I'm just afraid I'm just gonna bring it all down. So let's do it.
Do my best. All right, we kick off Backlash during the pre-show with a match between Ruby Riott and Bayley.
There was a thing before this where Bayley called. She was backstage and she called Sasha and she was like, "I want you to be in my corner." And Sasha was like, "What? Now you want me to be in your corner when you're wrestling them? You don't talk to me, don't call me, don't text me, and then now you want me back in your corner." And so Sasha wasn't having any of it. But yeah, it was Bayley versus Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott.
She had some wardrobe malfunction going on.
She had some, yeah, she needs to lengthen the other leg.
The short leg of her pants was a little too short.
Not a great match, but it was a match.
It was a match that happened and Ruby won.
Riot kick,
yeah.
Ruby wins.
Then the actual show starts off with The Miz versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at my notes here because I wrote down what you said, and it was lame, 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 lame,
yeah.
lame, 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 lame.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine, I guess. Maybe I was being a little dramatic, but the finish is what I was talking about, because Seth Rollins took two skull-crushing finales and kicked out. Seth was on a bad knee, and he hits one regular old curb stomp and takes The Miz out.
With his bad knee.
Yeah. The match went a little long, I felt like, but it did start to get more entertaining towards the end. But, yeah, Miz loses, and Seth Rollins retains.
Yep. We have a brief moment of bliss. Was it a repeat of last week?
Yeah, it's a recap to lead up to the match.
And then we had the Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax match.
Wow, there were a couple spots in this match. It was kind of crazy, like in a not great way. It was just really weird. There were some weird moves and weird pacing. But yeah, in the end, Nia Jax hits the Samoan drop.
And wins.
So there you go.
I love Nia Jax.
Yes, I forgot about this.
She's a little during the matches, I feel like she's a little slow.
Yeah.
In her matches, but I like Nia.
She took a big spill out of the ring too.
She did. It was well done.
Yeah.
She has a little talk afterwards, and it was very after school special-ish.
Yeah, the promo is.
And I love Nia, but we keep talking about how she's different. Let's stop talking. You're not.
Yeah, we know.
We know. And
you're the only woman. You're the only female who has her weight announced.
Yeah, you don't have to be different. You can just be a wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little much, but that's fine. I still like Nia. We had the Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy match.
Yeah, I actually, in terms of matches, this was one of the better matches on the card, which blows my mind to say, because I'm not a huge Randy Orton fan, and as much as I love Jeff Hardy, he is starting to show his age a little bit in the ring. But it was actually an entertaining match.
And Jeff Hardy retained with a swanton, and one of these days that man's going to hit his head, break his neck.
Because before he hit the swanton, he hit a twist of fate, and it was like, and it's like almost the exact same move as the RKO. But yeah, he doesn't tuck.
He doesn't tuck when he flips.
Yeah, like
and, his head
I get it, like
so
the
close.
delayed thing, but there was always like a little tuck before. But now it's just like he just like his whole body stays straight and he just rotates.
It's terrifying.
So, and it can't feel good to take that move.
But it was a fine match. Okay, so then we have Elias in the ring.
Yep.
He's doing his little bit.
The same thing he's been doing for
forever.
Months.
And after he does his whole spiel about everybody, turn off your cell phones, start to shut up, all that stuff. The New Day's music hits, and they come out, and it's kind of like, what's the New Day doing here?
Yeah, Biggie's wearing a bass drum.
Yeah.
Kofi's got
Kofi had
cymbals.
cymbals, and then Xavier had Francesca.
Of course.
And they ask him if he wants to jam.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
And he's like, you want to play with me? No, we don't want to play with you. Yeah.
So then, Aiden English, Rusev Day music hits.
Yeah.
And Aiden English comes out and he starts singing.
And it looks like, okay, he's having a match with Rusev.
Yeah, Rusev comes out to the ring.
Yeah, and they're kind of talking back and forth, but then No Way Jose's music hits, and he comes out with his whole
With his conga line. Titus O'Neil was in it. The Fashion Police were in it at the very end.
It was really bizarre. But then everybody was circling around the ring.
Rusev Day's still there. New Day's still out there. And then all of a sudden, did the lights go out again?
I don't
remember if the lights went out again. But then all of a sudden, Bobby Roode's music
Yeah.
hits. And he's just in the ring behind Elias. And he knocks him down.
Yeah, no, it was Elias was he was strumming his guitar. He was about to start singing his song. And the glorious music hits, and he gets up and he's just like, and he turns around and Bobby Roode's actually there. So yeah, I guess the lights must have gone back out.
Yeah. And so Bobby Roode.
Yeah. He gives it the glorious DDT.
He does, and then they all go off.
Yeah.
They all go back up the ramp dancing to No Way Jose.
Exactly.
His music.
Yeah.
And watching Bobby Roode dance was actually quite hilarious.
Yeah. And as he was going up the ramp, Rusev and Aiden English were still down at the bottom of the ramp, and he like throws his robe up and starts like twerking in front of him. It was weird. This is an odd side of Bobby Roode to see.
The whole thing was very strange, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just goofy.
It was very goofy. It's just weird for me personally to see somebody like, if you go back and look at the last thing he did in NXT,
Bobby Roode,
and then this, it's just bizarre. It's Bizarro World.
Yeah. But the whole thing was odd and unusual, and I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I think overall the segment was pretty funny.
It was, let's see. Then we have the Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Oh man, nobody likes Big Cass,
including.
Yeah. And so it was an interesting match. Daniel Bryan pretty much owned this guy for the majority of the match. I mean, Big Cass made some comebacks here and there, but Daniel Bryan is able to take him down and sink in the yes lock, and Cass taps immediately.
Like immediately. There was no even...
Right as he starts to wrench back, and he starts tapping.
So Daniel Bryan won.
Yes.
But then Big Cass comes back.
Yeah, as he's about to do the yes chant with the crowd, Big Cass attacks him from behind and does a vicious beatdown. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I guess it might be bad if you're Daniel Bryan taking it. But anyways, yeah, and he walks up the ramp with his hand held high. So, yeah, I mean, the match was it was nice that Daniel Bryan won.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know where they're going with this.
No. Well, you know what was even better than this match?
What?
The Charlotte and Carmella match that followed.
If by better you mean worse.
Way worse. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah. The storytelling in this match was essentially Carmella's new gimmick is just leaning into being a bad wrestler. I mean, there were moves in this match that she did that were just like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
Lots of screaming, lots of rest holds, but it turns out Charlotte doesn't know quite how to hit her moonsault, even though she's done it thousands of times before this. She does a perfect flip, lands perfectly, but somehow hurts her knee, and Carmella takes advantage.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. Does she kick her? Does she give her a super kick? super kick?
No, she just rolled her up.
She just rolled her up, and that's what it was.
Yeah, and that was that. It was terrible.
Yeah, not a great match. This is, Carmella is one of those people that is a specific, like she can be an okay wrestling character, but Charlotte's just a great wrestler, and at this point it's just making Charlotte look bad.
Yeah.
Like technically
You even said like Carmella is probably the only person that can make Charlotte look like a bad wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. It's making
'Cause
her
she's not.
Exactly. She's not a bad wrestler, but it's not good.
Yeah. So following we had the Shinsuke versus AJ match, which it was so good until it wasn't.
It was so I was iffy through the first half, maybe first quarter of the match. And then it started to kind of pick up a little bit, and I was like, okay, this is actually really entertaining. And so at one point, Shinsuke goes outside the ring, grabs a steel chair, throws it in the ring. Looks like he's gonna use it. AJ stops him from using it. It just kind of sits there for a second. I think AJ hits a suplex on it or something like that. Or no, Shinsuke does.
Mm-hmm.
But at one point, Shinsuke's setting up the Kinshasa in the turnbuckle, and as he's going to run to knee AJ throws the steel chair, and Shinsuke knees that. But when he does, it sort of recoils off of his knee and hits AJ in the face. And so you get hard way blood. Now this match goes from like, getting pretty good to like, whoa, these guys are getting color. They're stiff. There's stiff shots in this. They're punching each other and slapping each other, and it was turning into a really epic match.
AJ flew into the stairs. This was actually before the chair incident, but
that was a really cool spot. And then AJ went to go like jump onto the barricade to do his phenomenal forearm, but Shinsuke kicks his legs out from it. Like it was turning into a really, really good match. There are a couple low blows, and those were actually pretty funny.
Yeah, because Shinsuke low blows AJ, of course, but then AJ turns around and does it back to him, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then it all culminates to both of them at the same time taking a step toward each other and kicking each other in the groin. And when it first happened, I was laughing. Like, I was like, dude, this is great. And then neither of them got up.
And they got counted.
And it's a double count out.
And that was the end of the match.
And that's the end of the match.
If they had got up and kept going, it would have been great.
If there was an
that
actual
to be the end
finish. And the thing is we've already had this finish. They had a double count out already.
Mm-hmm.
And and even the crowd, you can tell, because the count out happens and immediately the crowd boos, and it's just a crying shame that they weren't able to capitalize on like you said, if they had just gone on and wrestled the match to an actual finish,
it would have been great all the way around.
It would have been a great match. You could put it up there with probably some of the best matches of what we're going to have this year. But man, they know how to screw the pooch on the finish. Terrible.
They do.
Just terrible.
Yeah, it was too bad that it ended that way. We follow that with the Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, this was pretty much the same match that they had.
Yeah, it was.
There wasn't really much different.
I was looking forward to Braun running around the ring, and
he did,
and taking out Kevin Owens twice.
Kind of took a different turn at the end.
Yeah, there was more strife between, like, Sammy wanted to leave, he was done.
Yeah,
and Kevin
threw him back in.
Yeah, but then Sammy threw Kevin in.
Sammy threw Kevin in.
Kevin got the beat down.
Yep.
So I don't really know if that means anything for the two of them.
Kevin rolls out of the ring, and Sammy's like, see? Can we go now? And then Sammy gets thrown in. Kevin throws Sammy in. Sammy gets beat up, and he rolls out. It was really kind of funny the way that they did it. So the finish was essentially
It was Bobby Lashley got it, didn't he?
Yes, Bobby Lashley hit his delayed vertical suplex onto Kevin Owens and got the pin.
But then afterwards,
And then
Braun-
afterwards, Sammy's trying to get Kevin out of the ring, but Braun gets a hold of Sammy and hits him with the running power slam.
I thought it was Kevin Owens he did it on, wasn't it?
Oh, he might have done it to both of them. I know that Sammy got it.
Yeah, he did. So long ago.
So yeah, I mean it was fine. It was a fine match. It was
just kind of a repeat.
90% of it was a repeat of the match that we saw already.
Yeah.
But I mean the finish of it was pretty funny. Sammy and Kevin are geniuses. They're amazing.
They're really good. Last match of the evening. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns.
I was really looking forward to Joe wrestling, and then I did not enjoy this match at
And
all.
then he wrestled, and you were like, boo.
Yeah. It was a really slow match, lots of rest holds. The crowd was chanting, "This is boring." Joe was smiling, getting some heel heat. And Roman, I guess, just hulks up. And, I mean, they have a back and forth match. I guess it's supposed to be good, but nobody was really feeling it. And I certainly wasn't. But Roman's able to hit a spear. He gets out of the coquina clutch twice. And the second one was ridiculous because he was out. And then all of a sudden his eyes just pop open again. And he rolls over and to the rope and gets
that was dumb.
the hold to break. And then he hits a spear and the match is over. So
Roman won.
there you go. Now Joe gets to go be on the top of the card at SmackDown after having lost to Roman. Way to go. Way to book it, WWE. So there's Backlash. How many pancakes are you going to give this one, Kaza?
Not very many.
Okay.
Like 1.5.
Yeah, I was going to give it one pancake.
So here's my thing. We got a pancake for the whole bit with the No Way Jose because I enjoyed that. The dancing Elias bit. And we got half a pancake for Kevin Owens and
Sami Zayn.
And Sami Zayn. And the AJ Shinsuke thing before the match went sour.
See, the finish to that thing just ruined the whole match for me.
So 1.5 is what I give it.
Yeah. I'm going to give it one pancake. Missable.
If you haven't seen it, you don't need to.
It's just a shame. I mean, look who wins. Carmella wins. Roman Reigns wins. Like,
who else won?
I mean, Jeff
Seth
won. That was
Rollins.
good.
Nia's
Daniel Bryan won. Fine. I guess Seth, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll give
1.5.
it 1.5.
You don't have to change your vote. I'm giving it 1.5 for very different reasons than you.
Yeah, I just
are giving it one. So
yeah, in terms of like great ways to yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's any way to really salvage this pay-per-view, but disappointed. That's me.
Sorry.
All right, so there you go. That's the review of Backlash. Thanks for joining us. Again, if you could hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button, and share it with your friends, that'd be great. Check us out on social media. I'll put Twitter links in the description. So there you go. Unless you have anything else.
I do not.
All right, we will see you guys for the once-over of Monday Night Raw.
Yep.